Hey guys, I just wanted to take a minute here today. It's a sad day for the animation community, and it's a sad day for those of us who knew Steve Hillenburg. Steve, obviously, as you all know, was the creator of probably, gosh, I would say, arguably probably the most popular, at least the most popular television cartoon in history, SpongeBob SquarePants. There's not a place on planet Earth you can go without people knowing who SpongeBob is. And as a cartoon creator myself, a lot of us really strived to hit the level of success that Steve did with SpongeBob. And we sort of grew up together at Nickelodeon. He was working on Rocko's Modern Life before I ever got to Nickelodeon. He worked on Rocko's Modern Life, and then I came in the late 90s, and as I was doing the Fairly Odd Parents pilot, they asked me, it was him, Steve, and Derek Dryman. Derek Dryman at the very beginning of SpongeBob, they both had a meeting with me. They asked me to be on SpongeBob. They asked me to come on the very first season as a writer, storyboard guy. And as flattered as I was, and I love the SpongeBob pilot, at the time, I had just finished Fairly Odd Parents pilot, and there was rumor that they were going to pick up Fairly Odd Parents as a series. And I sort of, I want to say, missed my chance to work on SpongeBob, but I never worked on SpongeBob. But as long as Fairly Odd Parents ran, I was always playing catch-up, it seemed, to SpongeBob, because Steve did such a great job. He really put what he loved into his show. He was a marine biologist, and he brought in his pitch for SpongeBob. He brings in, there's a legend, it's a legend now, but the story was he brought in an aquarium with water in it and a little drawing of SpongeBob at the bottom of the aquarium, and he pitched the show. And they were like, this is just weird enough to work, so they made the show and just kept at it, and just he just really hit it out of the park. I love SpongeBob. It's one of the actual few cartoons that are out there that I really am a big fan of. I appreciate a lot of other cartoons, but SpongeBob I actually really, really like. And I think it was because of my genuine respect and real love for Steve. I really love the guy, and I'm just grateful I got to be his friend. His crew just had a genuine love for him. They really loved working with him. They all respected him tremendously. He was a very soft-spoken guy, but his real sense of humor came through in the show. And I really admire the fact that he was just so beloved at the studio. He really, really was. It was a real example to me. We would all sit there and go, what is the magic of, what did Steve do? What did he do? And the thing was, he just created this amazing character that everybody loves. And I can only hope that someday I can create a character as great as SpongeBob, and as memorable, as fun, and just as endearing. Steve, he was an example to me. He was an example to so many others, and the world really lost a great talent today. And my heart goes out to his family. My prayers go out to his family, and I just pray that those people who never met Steve can at least get to know him through SpongeBob, because obviously it's going to be around for centuries to come. So Steve, to all of us who loved you and loved your show, thanks.
I just started drawing undersea animals, and I came across the sponge. It still seemed like a funny shape, so I started drawing these sponges, and then it dawned on me that, well, there was a sink sponge, so I drew a square one, and I immediately locked on to the idea of this undersea nerd.
Ocean man, the crust is